Yes, we do. Tuesday, Grateful Tuesday. Attitude of gratitude. Come get on board. July 2nd, 2013. First, giving honor to the creator of this universe and all that inhabits it, and to my mother, Shirley Hardy, the elder in my life, I greet you all in love and kindness. You are tuned into Health Talk Health-Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends on the airways of Inner Light Radio, the healing frequency. Our focus is with the 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. You are listening to a live broadcast. You can email your questions or comments to enterlightradio@yahoo.com. That's enterlightradio@yahoo.com. You can Facebook Brother Jamal. You can call in with your positive conversation to share. 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. We do ask that you please mute your phone, and I will announce you to join the conversation by your phone number or your Skype name. I'm Dr. Karen. They call me Dr. K, and I thank you for tuning into this show. We honor all who have and all that will emancipate from medical mental slavery. My message is, health is all about consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. So we do invite you to take out your pen and paper or your imagination to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan. Now, what prescription will you create for your healing journey? We are sharing the natural laws and principles for life and health. So are you ready? Are you ready, family, community, and friends, to come join us on this friendship train to healthcare? We are taking a Harriet Tubman's ride. And you know, there is no greater ride. For on this train ride, it is all about self-healing and self-health. Health education for longevity and peace. You don't need a ticket. We invite you to come on board. So I'd like to welcome you to the Wellness Checkpoint. Now it's time to check the pulse of your thoughts. My regular friends joining me in the chat room are Wanda Whitaker, anchored in Spirit, Pacifica, California. Rachel Pope with Let's Talk Wisdom, Blessings Flow Empire, Waldorf, Maryland. And again, I'm Dr. Karen Davis, folks, from Washington, D.C. I am here, and we are all here to remind each other that all that you are is the result of all that you have thought. So who's in the driver's seat of your temple? Are you ready to get back in control of your temple, of your life here on earth? Well, we invite you to become a master of your health and your life. So sit back, family and community and friends. You know how we do it. Take that deep breath. And listen here as we take this universal love ride about cellular ecology, the quantum effect, the art of shift. You see, family, community, we're moving from disease care to conscious self-health care. Joining us in the chat room tonight is our special guest, Murtala Otokiti from Nigeria originally, but he's now living in Spain, and he's going to be joining the conversation as we introduce and share his new book, The Hidden Truth. So right now, remember, you can call in and share with us, 310-928-7733. Live broadcast. Email your questions or comments to innerlightradio@yahoo.com or Facebook Brother Jamal. So I'm going to talk to my friends in the chat room a few moments. Then we'll take a station break and we'll come back and start chatting with our friends and our guests in the chat room. So how you doing out there today, Miss Rachel Pope?
How am I doing?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm mending from my meditation this morning, and I was floating. I came downstairs trying to grab hope, landed on the floor, and I realized that I was the Zale inside of me like the gazelle. I got up. I'm mending myself, y'all. Mending. Look,
Wonderful.
wait a minute. I gotta say this joke before I leave. My mother said, "Oh my God, you mean to tell me you were on the pole? Did you miss it? Why are you doing that anyway?"
Mm. I tell you, how far is your mic away from you, Rachel? You're sounding a little bit far away. So you might want to,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, so you might want to make some adjustments when you come back. Thank you very much, my dear. Now we can hear you live.
You
So
can hear me
glad you're
now?
listening. Glad that you are taking care of your cellular malfunctions. Because when you do fall or people do stomp their toe, when you learn the signs of lithology, you'll know to immediately start rubbing so the fluid won't stay in. So glad
Good.
you, man, and glad you're here sharing with us today, Miss Rachel Pope.
Yeah, happy to be here, girl.
Wonderful. How you doing, Wanda?
Karen, I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise, and staying anchored in spirit. But I have a question to ask Rachel, and that is, what kind of pole were you swinging from?
I was trying to grab the pole that's down the bottom of the steps.
Wanda.
I heard it was a handicap rod. You see, I
glad you're
missed.
taking care of that. Glad you're taking it. Anything
But
happened this
it's
week
really
for
not
you?
about that.
What?
It's about something deeper than that.
You will definitely know that. Okay, take it there, Wanda. Take it there.
It's about something deeper than that. That's why you fail
Oh,
Ah,
trying to
I,
grab the pole.
I was finding off, the tape that you made for me and what I read in the book.
oh, she felt
Okay,
so light that she forgot to look at the hole of pole and walk down the steps. Now let me
I
stop.
was stuck on the chapter where Zell is located.
Oh, zeal. Okay, you want to work with some strength. See, that's why you missed that pole. But Wanda, okay, Wanda, what you do this week? Anything? Anything happened this week?
Oh my God. Today, San Francisco came alive with all the gay marriage, the decision about the gay marriage. So, and it was San Francisco Pride this weekend. So the city was buzzing and with millions of people, by the way, and a lot of them were getting married. So it was just packed with people, and at one point I just sat back and relaxed.
Okay. You didn't capture you didn't do any artwork. You didn't capture any scenes or do
Oh,
anything like
actually, I did. I did some spirit drawings
that.
at Dolores Park, where some of the Pride festivities took place. So I was actually there doing some readings and some spirit drawings, and actually got some people to do them. So I was very much surprised and very
Ah,
happy too.
good. Wonderful things happening. How y'all doing out there, community? What y'all do last week? You want to call in and share with us and tell us some exciting news for yourself? What you done? Do that. Do that. And we're going to take a commercial break. I'm going to come back and introduce our guest that's in the chat room, the author of The Hidden Truth. And we're going to get this show started. Greetings and love and kindness, family. This is Dr. Karen Davis Foltz, host of Health Talk Healthwise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends, right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequencies, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We invite you to join the conversation and tell us how you have stepped up out of the dark ages of disease care. We invite you to join us on this freedom train as we go for a Harriet Tubman's ride to healthcare freedom. Tune in to Health Talk Healthwise every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is Dr. K, wishing you peace, love, and happiness. And you are light, and we are all light, having a human experience. You are listening to India Arie's new song, I Am Light. Biophoton emission. Understanding cell life. You are greater than your thoughts. Yes, we all are light, love, energy, and information. You all can create anew. Know your true self. We're all light. Ooh, how wonderful to know this. Shining stars within. Cell life. The God inside. I am light, you are light, and we are all light. Let's get past this coat that we see and understand that the divine being that we are. Our special guest joining us in the chat room today is Murtala Otokiti, a native from Nigeria who resides for the moment in Madrid, Spain. He states, I don't regard myself as a motivator, guru, or spiritual teacher. He says, I love inspiration, learning, and helping others to live a life of abundance and glory. He says, this burning desire to help and lead others has helped me a lot spiritually because the more he shares what the universe has given to him, the more he grows in consciousness and glory. He says, I strongly believe in a higher spiritual realm of possibilities, a realm of true human potential that everyone living on this planet Earth can tap into it. It was this great quest somehow that led him to write his new book, The Hidden Truth. He is also the founder of Mind Post Inspiration, and through his medium, he shares ideas that will help anyone on their journey through life. His website is mindpostinspiration.com, mindpostinspiration.com. Spiration, mindpostinspiration.com. He is the founder of Mind Post Inspiration. Monic is how we can address you today. Welcome to Health Talk Healthwise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Health Can Talk, Dr. K and friends. Thank you for joining us, my brother. So glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
It's so great to have you join us today. We're going to talk a lot about your book. I really do. I really do like your book. I really do. You know, I actually
Really?
took the day and spent some time, and I can pat myself on the back because everybody know me. But yes, I actually did go through it. And what I like about it is because, you know, I really don't read books from cover to cover, and I don't read them in
Okay.
order. But for me to be able to go anywhere in your book, any section, you know, like just, you know, you take the book in your hand and you just flip and you open it up. And I read. And so that kept me reading. So then I closed the book and I flipped some more and I went to this side of the book and I opened up and I kept reading. So anywhere you go in the book, it's inspiring. Even for those that are not as conscious, those that want to become more conscious, aware of themselves, when you pick up the book, and that's a good book to me, when you can pick up the book and go anywhere within it and find yourself reading and saying, yeah, you know, I like that.
Definitely.
I like that. So, in you introducing yourself to us, tell us what's led to your transformation and your creating the book, The Hidden Truth.
I had a strange, miraculous experience that I will never forget on the 20th of October, 2011. I remember waking up that morning having so many questions in my mind. I became very curious to know why things weren't going great in my life. I was unhappy, I was broke, and I was very lonely. It was on this very day I made up my mind to do whatever it takes to focus on the things that corresponds with my passion and my dreams. And guess what? The first thing I did was to start with the process of self-examination and understanding of my own unique self. I studied my likes, I studied my dislikes, my passion, my strength, and my weakness. I started reading and studying each day to improve on myself mentally and spiritually. I read books about our planet, universe, and also cultures, other people around the world. I read a lot of spiritual books, books about the human body, the mind, the soul functions. I read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read Egyptian science. I also studied the Eastern philosophy. So this whole experience was what led to my transformation.
Wow. Sat back and took a self-examination.
Yes.
Yeah. So things wasn't going the way that you wanted them to go. And I can do this because I love your posts that you put out on Facebook,
Okay.
and so I'm going to share this one that I took off of Facebook because we was going to have this conversation today. When I went out there to look around and see just what she was putting out there, you know, and so I like this one right here. It says, "It took me years to make up my mind to follow my own dreams. It took me
Yes.
years to have the courage to stay away from negative old friends. I was so caught up in the past for so many years, believing that my dreams were impossible. I was so caught up hanging around the people that I knew weren't good for me." You said, you know what? What if I had started on time? What if I
Yeah.
had the courage to stay away from those people that weren't good for me? What if I took that extra class or read that book? Honestly, when I finally had the strength to act on my dreams and stay away from those negative friends and people, my life has been filled with lots of magic and surprises. And you say, act on your dreams and stay away from negativity. So when you woke up in 2011 and took a self-examination, was that part of that letting go of all those old friends?
Yes, definitely. Because back in the past, I have so many crazy friends. I did a lot of crazy stuff back in the past. And I was actually living the life of other people. I wasn't living my own life. I wasn't happy. So it was at this point in my life, I realized that I needed to change a lot of things in my life. Because I realized that in order for me to live the life that I dream about, I really have to change. So this was what started the whole journey for me. So actually, I started reading, and this whole reading habit and trying to study more about my own self, going within my own self was what brought the transformation and all that.
So you wanted to look at self, and so you did this. So the name of the book is The Hidden Truth, and it makes you wonder
Yes.
what's inside. What is the hidden truth all about? You want to go inside and you want to see if it's going to be all this deep history. Somebody will
Yeah.
tell you all this data, but when you get into it, it is, and what I love is simplicity. Because life
Yeah.
is really simplicity. And it's so very simplistic and so honest and so open. And it allows people to really see themselves through reading your book. Your introduction says the purpose of this book is not to introduce any new philosophy or religion, but place in the heart of the reader some few knowledge and ideas of human consciousness and awareness. You said, I believe there is another realm of possibilities, a gateway to true human potentials and power. The book says that each human being is capable of achieving and living a life of fulfillment and happiness. You says, I present this book, some few ideologies, leaving you, the reader, to make your own final conclusion. And so out of all that material that you read and everything that you brought into yourself to do your very own self-assessment, you came out and you wrote about self and your growth. You didn't get into a lot of history. It was all, you took all that information and you made it your own. And I think that's so powerful when you put it in this book, The Hidden Truth. So how did you come up with the title, The Hidden Truth?
Years ago, I was in Holland. Years ago, and I had a dream because I'm a very, very spiritual-minded person. I come from a family. We are all very spiritual. So I had a dream somehow about my book and everything, and that was how I got the inspiration about the title.
Oh, and the title came to you that way. Can you come a little closer to your mic so we can hear you really, really strongly? So you said the title of the book came in the dream, or the creation of the book came in the dream?
The title of the book came from the dream.
From the dream. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how did it feel writing this book, and how long did it take you to write this book?
How long? It took me like a year plus to finish the book. My realization started in October, and I started writing the book somewhere around November. And within 1 month, I wrote more than 60 pages. Because actually, this gift has been in me right from time. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to write poetry. I was raised by a very abusive family, and my father and my stepmother tried to suppress my energy for a very long time. But in 2011, I just realized that I really need to, it's high time I need to face my dreams. It's high time I need to do what makes me happy and not live in the life of other people. So that was the beginning of the whole journey of writing this book.
Oh, I'm so glad that you went inward and decided to
Yeah.
live your dreams and live your passion, because I love your work. I love your book. I love your spirit. I just feel it all through. Juan and Rachel, I know y'all had the opportunity to read the book or go through the book and look at some things. So I'm going to let y'all come in and share. Rachel, you want to come in and share? We can't hear you, Rachel. You're far away too. Your mic.
There you go.
Can't
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to let Montic, is that what we're going to call him?
Monic.
Monic. Sorry.
Make
Monic.
it easy. Make it easy.
Mutala.
Mutala.
I like that. Mutala. I
Yes,
just want to say
that's better.
I am very grateful that you put this book out, because when I started reading, like Dr. K, you got to hold my interest, and it was simple and it was to the point, and it made me reflect on myself when I went through a despair. And I'm going to tell you something, the things that I went through, dissecting myself, just like what you had done, but you put it into words and expressed it so clearly of what I could not do, but I am an artist, so I did it in a visual standpoint. But like I indicated today, concerned about zeal and persistence, that stuck with me because I know how to bounce back when something don't go right. I get right back up and try again. I just don't give up. So,
Okay.
there were some things about that that really stayed to my heart. I did get a chance to finish the rest of it, but I will complete the book.
Okay.
Um, I just want to say thank you for who you are.
Oh, thank you for reading the book as well.
You have a question?
Do you have any question?
You have a
Oh,
question?
yes, I do. I didn't know this was question segment.
Mm, mm.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to be a good student. All right. What do you think people should do to live a good life?
Be yourself, be
Be,
focused,
be
read,
focused.
study,
Uh huh.
and be more spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I have found something. I want to read this part to back that up, what you said, in about zeal. The part in zeal is in chapter 14,
Okay.
beginner's practical exercise. And it says, zeal is the inner fire that gives you the ability to work on the right path of your success and dreams, even through things that might not be going the way that you want or expected. The zeal gives you the power to break into the kingdom of heaven within yourself. The kingdom of heaven is the state of inner strength. Great potentials and ability within us can truly be released into our reality. And with the power of the zeal and persistence, the more you apply the power of your zeal, and the closer you get to your dreams and desires. And to back it all up, I found this morning, Dr. K, on Facebook. Les Brown, and this is what he said. He said, if you hold a choice of being who you are today for the rest of your life, would you be happy? If the answer is yes, continue to make the choices that allow your life to be purposeful and fulfilled. If the answer is no, make the conscious decision to become mindful of how you are showing up in your life and the choices that you are making on a daily basis. Life consists of choices and consequences. At some point in time, whenever you find yourself, you made an appointment to be there. Whether it is in your finances or relationship, health, or career, you can decide to take your life in another direction. Most people go through life letting things happen. You are different. Create your life by making things happen. You deserve it. By Les Brown. So that's what you said. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Truth speaks. When truth is simplistic and love is all there is, and light and energy is who we are, and like my brother
Yes.
Matula just said, it's all about being yourself, focus,
Hmm.
and the spirituality of who you are. Did you want to say something
Yes.
to that brother, to Miss Rachel Pope? You want to add anything to that or share anything else, Matula?
Uh, I want to say I can't wait to complete the rest of the book, and I've been doing the meditation practice that he had indicated in the book,
Oh, okay.
and it is true because I am focusing on my face and body pain and business and getting together. So, like he said, visualize it and have the desire and passion, and watch things flow to you, and things has been flowing to me. Thank you
Woo.
Oh,
so much for
wow.
putting it into words, because I don't consider myself as a writer, but
Okay.
I'm a visionary.
Okay.
That's the first writing is all in mind, is all in
It's in
thought.
my
Write
thought
it
and
out.
did have it. So I got to get all the rest of my pictures and put it on the posters, and everything's falling in place. And I'm making connection with other face painters in the area, and I'm loving it.
That's good. So you are
Yes.
listening to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Health Get Talk with Dr. K and friends, Wanda Whitaker, Rachel Pope, and our guest, Mantula Otokiti. He is the author of The Hidden Truth, and we're sharing his inspiration book, his words, and just chatting with him. And we want you definitely, United States of America and all over the world, if you haven't gotten this book, you want to get this book. Before I let Wanda come in and share, Matula, where can they go to get this book? We want to say that a couple of times during the show.
You can grab a copy of the book through Amazon, Goodreads, or you can just go to my website and you can order for the book directly from my website.
Okay, and the website is, once again, is that the Mind Post?
www.mindpostinspiration.com.
Okay, mindpostinspiration.com. Wonderful. Wanda.
Hola, Murtala.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing very well. It's a pleasure to speak with you, and thank you so much for coming on the show. I know what time it is in Spain, so I take my hat off to you, although I know you also eat at about 11 o'clock at night. But one of the things that stuck out to me in your book, I'm going to read this because I thought it was great, and then I have a question for you. You must realize and understand that you are not only part of the earth, but also the entire universal energy wave frequency. Everything is connected to everything, so it is very important to connect yourself consciously with the all or universe. Could you break that down for people?
It's much easier through meditation because the more I meditate, the more I get. Most of my inspiration comes when I do my meditations. That's when I get my inspiration. And I've come to realize that we are energy and we are not alone in the universe. And that the more you become aware of your neighbors, this is not about colors. This is not about where you come from. Like me, when I was a little kid, I was very fond of animals. And when I was in Holland as well, most of it, when I was going through my hard times, those animals gave me comfort. Each time I take a walk, I try to listen to the sounds of the birds. And somehow I realized that each time I'm listening to the sound of this bird, I felt really happy within my own self. And I've come to a conclusion that it's high time we let go of that illusion of believing that we are higher than animals. Because when we begin to feel we are higher than animals, than the plants, to me, I see that as ego. And most of the inventions of this world, like Da Vinci, most of these great inventors, they got their inspirations from animals, from birds, from fish, so from nature. So in other words, if you distance yourself from animals, from nature, from the universe, you create a very small consciousness within your own self. And there is no way you can receive the intelligence from these animals. There's no way you can receive the intelligence from nature because I believe everything speaks to us. But because of the fact that we are so disconnected, there are so many voices out there, we disconnect ourselves from nature, and that is why most people are psychologically imbalanced. I had problems like years ago. I lost memories of my past. I could not remember so many things that happened in my life. So I was eager to learn. I was wondering, what do I need to do to make this, to get myself transformed? What do I need to do to bring back my memories? But because whether you like it or not, we need those past memories to be able to reflect and live a better life that we really, really want to live. So what I did, I applied for Dr. Joy. I don't know if you know Dr. Joy. Dr. Joy Pokram.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Joel Pokram.
So I applied for this advanced program. And through this program, I was able to meditate and go within my own self. And as a result of that, I became more connected with animals, with people, with nature. And doing that, that feeling gave me inner peace that I can't really, really describe. So it's really amazing. So I feel it's high time you connect yourself, because a lot of us are so concerned about what is going on this planet. And other people are already thinking about how to go to the moon to build a house in the future. Other people are already thinking about how to go to the Mars to expand their corporation. So when you limit yourself to this earth, the universe at the end of it will give you so little. But when you believe that we are part of the all, we are part of the universe, it expands your consciousness and it takes you to a whole different level.
Yeah, I often refer to that as using your right brain more so than your left brain, because you go into different dimensions that don't limit your thinking. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about how researchers have found wormholes in DNA that are part of a hyperconnectivity or hypercommunication that allows one to go into the universe and with bringing back data that's already there in the field. So, I feel as though that defining moment that you had, because we all have a defining moment when we are seekers. You're absolutely a seeker. And the hidden truth to me is like, we are both, we hide and we seek. We are both seekers and hiders. But what you have brought out for the layman, for the person that is just about getting ready to go on their journey, is an easy way to understand everything. The all in all. Very well written, very simple.
Thank you very much. And I believe, from my own experience, I believe the spiritual realm controls the physical. And the only way you can get messages from the cosmic, from the higher realm, is when you become aligned with the higher realm. It's through meditation and through grounding yourself and through taking care of your health, doing a lot of exercise. Because every morning I do a lot of exercise. I do yoga, and those stuff keeps me going, keeps me connected with the cosmic. And most of the time I get a lot of data when I'm sleeping at night. I have the gift to see the future, and I just get these messages each time I sleep. So that is why I advise people who are beginners to have a book close to your bed each time you want to sleep. And when you want to sleep, just say a little prayer. Say, "Oh, Cosmic, speak to me tonight. I want you to show me something." Keep your book close to you. And when you wake up the next morning, write it down. And the more you keep on doing that, the more they trust you. And the more they keep revealing a lot of secret to you.
And as long as you believe it, you've got to believe that they exist. Outside,
yes, you have to believe. You have to believe.
There is a higher existence, and you're absolutely right. To stay aligned with that source energy, that higher frequency, is the only way to bring it in and communicate. So I like what you're doing. We're hoping to bring you here so that you speak to the audiences here.
Definitely. I would love to come.
So true, so true. Wow, Wanda, y'all covered a whole lot right there. That's wonderful. I heard when you go to bed at night, before you go to sleep, ask the cosmic to speak. And most people don't do that. They just go to bed. So that's very good right there. And then you talk about the alignment of the human self, the soul self, and your superconscious self. See yourself as one. Just like you talked about in terms of nature and the animals, there's no separation. Everything is one. We are all one. Oneness. Love is all there is. And when you see that and you vibrate to that, you become a whole new being. And so your transformation and feeling that. So you had to have a vibration that shifted in you, Murtala. And that vibration that shifted in you, that had you be your soul self, who you truly were when you decided to embrace yourself and move forward in what you're doing. And so the inspiration for all of that and that feeling that you have now within yourself, because you generate a vibration of true peacefulness and calmness and oneness with everything. So what word, or is there a word to describe the vibrational feeling that you have, that you carry with you to keep you maintaining this new transformation that you have?
I feel it's all about awareness. Because back in the days, I never believed in higher realms. Even though I had the gift of seeing things in my dreams, I feel reading and studying and not trying to limit myself and say, I'm not going to read that book because I'm a Christian. I'm not going to read that book because I'm a Muslim. Because my father was a Muslim. I was raised in a Muslim family. But somewhere along the line, I had to let go of all the things I once believed and try something else, try to study other cultures. And studying other cultures from the East, from the West, from Africa, from all over the world, kind of gave me that inspiration to believe that there is more to life, to believe that we are all one, to believe that we all have powers inside of us. So to me personally, I just feel reading and exposure was my inspiration.
Mm-hmm. I think you did a great job with taking that information and turning it into yourself. So we have been talking to our special guest. Wanda said your name so eloquently, I really don't want to mess it up anymore. Wanda, why don't you say the name for me and I can talk behind it? You did that so well. Everybody knew
Okay.
I can't pronounce anything but simplicity.
It's easy. My name is so easy to
It
pronounce. It's
is.
Mutala
Mm-hmm.
Otokiti. Try it
Right.
out.
Wonderful. Murtala Otokiti. See, that's just me. And I would not want to do that to your name. So I'm just so thankful to be able to connect with you. And that's one of the great things about the internet and Facebook, that you get to meet people around the world. I love being a part of your group, Mind Post, out on Facebook. I invite the community that's listening in to join that group. The inspiration that comes through is wonderful. And I thank you for tuning in to Health Talk Healthwise, and I thank you for joining us on today's show to talk about your book. Inspiring words that you have been sharing with us is so wonderful. So again, the book is The Hidden Truth. And just to throw out some of the chapter names for you before we continue on with the other part of our show, just to let you know, like in the beginning of the book, chapter 1, The Fear of the Unknown. Chapter 2, The Beginning. Chapter 3, The Human Nature or Being, the human body, the human mind, the soul. Understanding the truth, thoughts, love, power, passion, dreams, words of wisdom and knowledge, meditation, prayer, universal consciousness, the power of giving, the power of forgiveness, beginners, practical exercises that Rachel was talking about. And I'm going to tell you how divine the universe is, because I didn't talk to Rachel, but the page that I had turned to was about zeal and strength. And so I was going to share that from the book. And then Rachel ended up sharing the same thing. So I'm just thinking that that's just wonderful. I'm just thinking about that. It's wonderful. But I like the part about taking a break. So I'm encouraging the community to get the book and go out and read this book, or give it to someone else that you feel that's really trying to enhance their consciousness and enhance their awareness and tune in more into themselves. The morning routine, you have a journal, mentor or role model, zeal and persistence, power of imagination. Take a break. Appreciation. You know, it goes on. You have 35 chapters in this book, and the last one is, and what this is all about, is oceans of love. So I'm loving it. I'm so glad that title was there, Ocean of Love. And before we continue on with the show, we'd like for you to stay with us if you can. I know it's really, really late there, but Juan is going to talk a little bit about numerical mapping and open that up for people that want to call in. But what is do you have a favorite chapter in the book?
All of them. I don't have a favorite.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oceans of love. Love is all there is, and change is what it's all about, and making the choice and knowing that it is oneness. So you want to share a parting word before we move on to the next segment, and please give out the information to get the book again.
You can get a book from Amazon, from Goodreads. You can also get it directly from our website, www.mindpostinspiration.com.
And what would you like to leave the Inner Light radio listening audience with, Murtala? Otokiti.
I just want everybody to know that anything is possible. Once you put your mind and your soul to it, you can do it. It doesn't really matter. If someone should tell me like years ago that I could do the things that I'm doing now, probably I wouldn't believe. I never graduated from the university. I was a dropout. But to be able to inspire people who are professionals shows that if I can do it, anybody can do it. So just be focused, keep reading, keep studying, expand your consciousness, and the sky is not just the limit. That's all I can say.
Wow.
And I also want to say a big shout out to my mom, Veronica Jai, to Nerea Zabado, to Alberto, and to some other people who I can mention their names for their support and their love. I'm really grateful and thankful to all of them. And to also to you as well. I want to say thank you to you for inviting me over.
Yes, we're all one. And the thing about it is, family community, by the time it takes to get somebody here, we're going to be putting, Juan and I are going to put something together where we're going to be doing something through Skype, and we're going to have people from around the world that we know to come in. So we're going to be doing something real soon with you, Murtala, and we thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. I just enjoyed this. We're going to take a commercial break and we're going to come back. You are listening to Health Talk Health-Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends.
To raise funds for your organization? Do you want to help others from becoming a healthcare statistic? If so, join our effort, The Art of Shift, designed to help organizations to increase funds while raising consciousness to a new level of health awareness and abundance through art. Composed to reprogram the subconscious mind, the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery art print by Wanda K. Whitaker symbolizes the breaking away from the old paradigm of putting all the responsibility on the physician to conscious self-care healthcare. The art print contains symbols representing sacred geometry, healing color frequencies, and ancient knowledge that alerts the conscious mind to make a shift towards conscious healthcare. Place your order today and receive the licensing rights to print the image yourself, or buy a print for as low as $15. The choice is yours. For more information, visit www.the4celllife.com.
Yes. Take it. All right, Jamal. Got that beat going. Community and friends, you are tuned into Health Talk Health-Wise. We just got finished sharing with our friend Murtala, the author of The Hidden Truth, and wonderful words of inspiration. So we have a new opportunity that's offered by my friend in the chat room, Ms. Wanda Whitaker, and she's going to share with us about that today. So you have an idea of how the numerical mapping process is, and then I'm going to ask her a question, and she'll do it with me first, and then y'all understand how it works, and we're looking forward to y'all calling in and sharing with this segment with Wanda. Wanda Whitaker, go right ahead.
Well, Karen, I just want to explain a little bit about the process, because what I do is use a numerical mapping process to eliminate energy interference patterns held in the body. Like Murtala said, these energy interference patterns prevent us
from having the life that we really want, whether it has to do with career, relationships, finances, and it also prevents us from connecting with our higher selves to bring in the information for creating body changes. And this particular process that I do affects the DNA. It changes the DNA expression. Okay, it activates certain genes, turns them on, so that the body can rid itself of this energy that's causing interference in the body. And the numerical mapping process is where I ask someone what their issue is, whether it is an issue, it's an emotional issue or something about your health. Depending on what it is, I will ask you to give me one number from a range of numbers. And from that number, the number will tell me exactly the theme behind the issue, where the issue is located in the body, what emotion it's creating, and also where it is exactly what organ it's affecting in the body. And also the most important thing is it will identify the hidden beliefs that have been passed down through our ancestral lineage. And a part of that is reprogramming that so that you can do something different. Because scientists are now catching up with spirituality, and the human DNA is a biological internet. They've already proven this. As a matter of fact, scientists for the first time use DNA to encode the contents of a book at 53,000 words. And that includes 11 images and a computer program. It is the largest amount of data yet stored artificially using genetic material. So there's a whole new type of medicine in which DNA can be influenced and reprogrammed by words and frequencies without cutting out or replacing single genes. And that's the language of DNA. And that's what I was talking about. It involves hyper communication.
I'm telling you.
That 90% of DNA that they call junk DNA, because only about 2% code for your organs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm right. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
DNA use. Now they're beginning, some Russian researchers joined some linguists, and they discovered that our DNA is not only responsible for the construction of our body, but also serves as data storage and in communication. And so what these linguists found out was that the genetic code, especially the so-called useless 90% or junk DNA, follows the same rules as our human languages. So you can actually speak to your DNA.
We do it all the time. We just have not been aware of it. Our bodies respond according to the way that we think. The thoughts that we think, the memories that we have, the images that we create, it sends out frequency. It sends out vibrations. And so the cells respond to that. And that's one of the reasons, Wanda, why most of us are in the fight or flight state all the time, the primitive part of the brain, thinking that something is going on all the time because they haven't found that balance that Murtala and all of us have been talking about within themselves. And so one way is through the process that you do, that you're going to share with people how they can do it through the mapping process. For me, I'm a quantum health physician. I use Nest Provision System software. That software reads your human body field. It's looking at the vibrations, the informational pathways in your body. So that's why we don't discuss diseases or disease care, because we are greater than diseases. The physical body can have cellular malfunctions because there are laws that govern this body, but the law that governs this body is who? You, your consciousness, and it reads into that. And so, Wanda, I'm ready to try one, unless you have something else to say. I'm going to speak for most people, even though, will it be directly related to me since I said, or can other people use the information?
Well, actually, other people probably can use the information. Absolutely. So, just tell me an issue that you want to work on, whether it's physical or emotional. And it can be as specific as you can.
Okay, I will. I was going to do financial because that's what most people are thinking about right now. But I know our guest has just left the chat room. He's been up for a long time. He has an early appointment in the morning. So we want to thank you once again for joining us. The book is The Hidden Truth, and you can pick up a copy through Amazon. But we'd like for you to go to the website, mindpostinspiration.com. Matula Otokiti, thank you very much, and I look forward to chatting with you on Facebook and again through Skype. Go ahead, Wanda. We got a couple of minutes that we can do this.
Okay, so Karen, I want you to center in your heart. I'm going to give you a range of numbers, and you tell me the first number that comes to you. So your issue is around finances, not having enough finances. Is that what you want?
No, I have enough finances. Most people don't, but I want to keep the flow moving. I don't want no breakage, no short circuiting. I want things to keep going the way they are, so I'm staying in the zone of knowing that giving is receiving. And thank you too. Good night, my brother.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye,
Thank you so
everybody
much.
out
Bye
there.
bye. Thank you.
Okay, so Karen, give me one number
Okay.
between 1 and 3. 1, 2, or 3. The first number that comes to you.
2,
And give me one number 1 through 5.
4,
And one number 1 through 5.
5,
And one number 1, 2, or 3.
1,
And give me one number, let's see. I said one number 1, 2, or 3. Give me one number 1 or 2.
2,
Okay. And let's go to, give me one number 1 through 50.
49.
Okay, so the issue around money comes from the issue around trust. You have trust issues. And it's really affecting the element of fire, which your fire is somewhat depleted right now. It's very depleted. And when you look at the element of fire, that's your ability to make things happen, right? And so you may have some emotional imbalances, such as you may feel suppressed or unresponsive, your memory may be sluggish, or you just feel depleted. Okay? Now, part of the ancestral pattern, I'm being very short here, there's so much more to it. The ancestral pattern that has been passed down to you, that's been preventing you from doing what you're wanting, that also comes from your ancestral lineage, where somewhere someone was a visionary, and you're the same. Someone led people into the future, was an oracle, or clairvoyant, a spiritualist, but they were killed for their visions. And so because of that memory is still within you. And so part of your reason for not wanting to be successful and make a lot of money is that I might be killed for my visions. So that memory has to be reprogrammed.
That's good. I like that because that's what I've already done. Because you know what? I've loved my human self now. I know people don't understand that, but it was just like my brother was talking about. You have to feel wholeness within yourself, your human self, your soul self, your superconscious self. And as Wanda stated, I'm always in the conscious soul realm of things. I've always been there from a child. And so I did not like, I won't say like, but I didn't honor my human being self. I know I'm here moving around in it, but it's like, okay, you're just something that I'm using. But that's not true. That's a part of who you are. It's who you chose to come in to this planet with. And so you have to honor that. And so I'm doing that. It's good. I felt a little bit depleted today. My energy was kind of low. That's one thing that Brother Jamal said when we talked, when we first came on the line. He said, Dr. K, you know I'm a little bit, what's going on, you know? So it's that shift in the energy. And that will happen when you recognize and you start working on yourself. You'll feel shifts like that. And so we say honor them. Honor them as you move forward. And in your meditation tonight, remember to ask the cosmic, what is it that you need to know? I think that's wonderful. Wanda,
Yeah,
you got
so
me saying I'm going to create something later. I have to call you back on that and get my full thing, my full information. I can see now we're going to be asking many, many questions with that. So we have to make sure you definitely have enough time when you start receiving calls and people calling in for their numeral mapping session with you.
yeah, we call them EIP sessions, and I'm giving away 15 minutes for free. So anybody could call me if they want to get 15 minutes of a reading with the numbers. That's no problem. You can call 415-760-7751, 415-760-7751. And again, this can be explained scientifically now. That's so wonderful.
Well, it sure is. That's why I love what I do. Thank you, community. Thank you for tuning in. We thank our guests. Thank you, Miss Rachel Pope. Thank you, Brother Jamal. You have been listening to Health Talk Health Wise. We love you, community. Thank you for your emails and your comments. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing. This is all about helping you know that you do not have a disease. And yes, it's time to be happy. This is the Happy Health Show. Wake up and think a new way and come and get on board our friendship train. I'm going to help you get rid of all that medication, all those pharmaceuticals. I'm going to help you rise and be who you are. Here to give you that assistance. That's my passion here. Help you love yourself. I am healthy. Say it when you go to bed tonight. I am healthy.
Yep. And I am a star.
And I am healthy and I am wise.
And I am light. Thank you, India Arie. I am light. Greetings and love and kindness, family. This is Dr. K. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends. Right here, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look forward to seeing and hearing from you on next Tuesday. Become our friend on Facebook, Dr. Karen Davis Folks, and like our page, Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery. Tune into our YouTube channel, K Davis F, and visit our website, www.4celllife.com. We also invite you to tune into Frank Talk Real Talk with host Reverend Dorita Dixon every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And the Sage and Baby Boomer Show with host Ayo Handy Kendi. That's every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right back to Health Talk Health Wise every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m.